Here, she's also a DAV A member, and she's been a strong supporter of a Vietnam veteran. So this is Teresa Wood. She's doing the videography for me today. So thank you. Our next speaker is AMVET's Post 127 Commander, John Bacco. Most everybody knows him, legend in his own time. And John is an inspirational place for this building, the AMVETs, for the ride, for many other things. John, please come on up and take the mic for us.
Sometimes I speak so much that I wonder what can I possibly say that I haven't said 10 times before. But somehow, if you're like me, you forget things, and you get my age, you don't remember a lot of stuff, so you have to say it again and repeat it again. I'm a retired sergeant major. I did a couple of years of service. I grew up in a World War II household. My dad was a brown booter. We had 3 brothers that were in the service. One jumped in Normandy with the 101st, Bastogne and Holland in between, the Eagle's Nest. He just passed away at the age of 96 in 2015. A first sergeant. He was in the Easy Company, you know, the Band of Brothers. He was the first sergeant of the headquarters company at the time. He just passed away. What a man. The guy was unflappable. That's the way his men described him. His brother Bill was a prisoner of war. My uncle Bill was a prisoner of war in World War II. He just passed away in 2015, about 4 months before my uncle Paul, the paratrooper. So we're losing those guys real fast, and if you ever get a chance to thank them, please do. And even those Korean War veterans and the Vietnam veterans are leaving pretty quickly. I'm the AMVET's post commander at 127. I'm also a Gold Star father. The post is named after my son and Pat Lecker. I did not start the post, and it was not their first commander. So Deb Wozniak from the district is the one that gave me a call and said, we'd like to name that post after your son. How could I say no? And he said, well, we want you to be the first commander. We'd like you to be commander. I said, no, I can't do that. I said, I will at some point in my life, but I won't be your first one. The reason being is because if I did, I could just see the headlines. Bacco starts the post, the name of the son, and they didn't do that. They did it. I approved it, and I subsequently became that commander. And all I can do is the best I can do. We have 42 members. Currently, we signed up 10 women veterans in the last 9 months. 10 of them, and I know there's a few of them here. Some of them already stood, like Lisa back there, Betty back there, and I'll tell you, they have added so much to our post. They have jumped right in for and done some of the things that, you know, guys, we can't do everything. We're not the smartest candles on the cake. They're multitaskers. We're not. They can juggle kids, the kitchen, the house, and the bills and all that, and we get upset when we got to go mow the lawn. But them gals can really multiply things really fast for you. You may get 1 or 2, but you really feel like you got 6 because they can do a job. And I think we need to go out there and grab them and get them in here and get them in your post because they can bring a whole wealth of knowledge and volunteerism along with it. So I appreciate that. Our post is the main player over there at the memorial. We have the county memorial that we put up down at the park. All the VSOs in the county participated. We were the main player by doing our Honor to Fallen motorcycle rides. We do 2 a year. We've been doing it. This is our 12th year. And that's where our post generates their funds to operate. Plus, we support the VMA here. Pedestal bars, our auxiliary, put money into that, the VMA auxiliary, some of the stools, things like that. Keep the lights on, ceiling fans, signage, you name it. I mean, but we put that memorial in down there. We just added 2 sidewalks in there so the handicapped and wheelchairs and walkers can get to the memorial without going through wet grass and mud and things like that. So those rides are here. I have a poster, there's one on the door, and I have some in the back. May 12th is our first ride, and then September 29th is our second. The first ride is always on the second Saturday of May, and the second one is always the last Saturday of September. First one is down at Jay, the Supper Club, the second one is held here. The reason we do that is because of the size. The first one is almost twice as big as the second one. And I have posters in the back. I went to Iraq in 2004, and I'll tell you, when I was over there, I had soldiers that were going home on R&R, and we'd come back and they'd tell me how green everything looked back home, because all we had over there was sand. And they said the colors are so vibrant and everything, and I was like, wow, that's, you know, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's, you know, they didn't say too much about it, and they said, boy, when we got home, we got to Atlanta or Dallas, those were the two main hubs that we flew into. We got there, the welcome home, the people are there, there's kids, and there's veterans, and there's people waving flags and shaking your hand and handing you cell phones and things like that, and I'm like, you know, oh, that's cool, you know, that's nice that happened. Then my turn came, I wasn't home, I hadn't been home 11 months, and I wasn't going to take R&R, but I did. They had one slot left at that time, and they said, Sergeant Major, you can take it if you want. And I said, has everybody else gone? And they said, yeah. And I said, then I'll take it. Those that wanted to go went. I said, I'll take the last slot. So I took it, and I came home, and I was told about it, but I'm telling you, I got your welcome home. That was unbelievable. What they did to you. So
Thank you, John. And there you can tell there's a man that speaks from the heart. So we love you, John. Thank you very much. Our next speaker, we've got Harold Canning from the American Legion Post, 64. Harold, where are you hiding? Come on. He wanted to go home early. I said, no, we're keeping you here. Not getting out of this one. We've got a very strong American Legion Post here, Post 64, and we're proud to have him as a member. We're proud of Harold, what he's doing as a commander.